Can you pass the armpit test? Let's find out. The reason for this little game is to find out if you might be using your pectoral muscles here when you really don't need to. And if you are, that is probably adding a lot of extra work to basically everything else that you're doing. Okay, let's start off with just identifying some spots here. Right here, you know the muscle man thing. Most people know that's a bicep. This is the muscle that you need to use if you're bending your elbow. Okay, and this muscle back here is the muscle you need to use to send your arm back like that. Okay, this muscle here is not the muscle you need to use for either of those things. So let's, here's the test. Put your arm like this, just kind of gently. Have your thumb just kind of here so you can feel it. And if you bend your elbow upwards, you will feel some movement in these muscles here, and you might feel a little movement here, but we should not feel the muscle under your thumb kick in and get hard. Okay? So if you're feeling hardness here, you're probably using your pectoral muscles when you shouldn't be. Okay, so see if you can do it. Just gently raise. Pretend like you have something really light, like, I don't know, maybe just a cookie in your hand. Okay, if that is still too heavy and it makes you kick in here, let's pretend like you have a helium balloon tied to this thumb. Okay, and as your thumb goes up, this part should not kick in. Did that help? If you can do that and not feel this, then go back and try just bending your elbow and see if you can do that without feeling that muscle kick in. When we're playing violin, viola, guitar, banjo, mandolin, all these things, a lot of people do use this muscle when they don't need to. If you're playing a violin, you can raise your arm up. You can hold the violin using your arm muscles, the muscles in your back. You don't need to use these muscles to hold your violin. And in fact, if you do use these muscles to hold your violin, they're going to get tired because these muscles are strong for short term. Okay, we don't want to use these muscles that are for short-term use to hold up our instrument, because guess what? We'll get tired and we'll have to fight harder to hold it up, and it becomes this whole cycle of tension. Let's say you're a guitar player and you have one of these big fat dreadnoughts that you have to get your arm all the way around. Okay, guess what? You don't have to use that muscle. And when you're using your pick, you don't have to use that muscle. And even if you move your arm back and forth to get different contact points, you don't have to use that muscle. A lot of times you'll see people hunch this shoulder up, okay, and that is often accompanied with this muscle being used. Those are just some of the things that people do all the time without realizing it. So if you're getting tired, and if you're getting sore, and if you're getting sore wrists, or tennis elbow, or any of these things, I urge you to see if you can pass the armpit test. And once you can pass it without your instrument, then see if you can pass it with your instrument. It's really worth the time. So good luck.